Yes, we are recording. So we just had a very exciting occurrence where we filmed an awesome episode, probably our best episode, and then we went to stop the recording and realized it was actually starting the recording. And when we looked at the recording, the camera cut out mysteriously after 3 minutes. And we had an initial emotional reaction, and we realized this is our opportunity to do the work. Because in the episode, we were literally discussing how or rather I should start over again. We were discussing Bashar's idea that anytime a circumstance is playing out in a non-preferred way, ask yourself, what must I believe is true in order to feel this way, to uncover the belief that is misaligned, and then choosing the new belief to represent it. Is that a good summary?
Yeah, beautiful. And we are responsible for everything. We are responsible for that recording stopping. So what was it in us that was available? And so we started doing a play-by-play and doing the work, and I'm like, we should record this. This is incredible.
So welcome to maybe another episode. We'll see how this goes. We don't edit anything.
At least a discussion, because it's kind of interesting. So what were you playing with when I said, let's record?
Yeah, so the first thought that was coming to mind was, let's go for the obvious. So what would I have to believe is true about the circumstance of losing a phenomenal 45-minute recording in order to feel what I was feeling, which was maybe a little bit of anger, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of confusion. And the first thing that immediately came to mind was the idea that time is a limited commodity, that I can waste time. And that plays into the overall idea of shortage consciousness. So I recognize that belief, which is just a thought I've been thinking before, and choose a new thought and a new belief that time is absolutely unlimited and that we're here simply for the play and fun of it. And there's no shortage of anything. There's an abundance of it.
Yes.
And the second thought, if I can just keep
going.
streaming,
Keep thinking,
was the idea that we wouldn't do it as well next time. It was phenomenal. We were locked in. And I recognize that's a false belief, because as we were talking about in the episode, we were talking about the idea of expansion being truth and the feeling and emotion of contraction being the looking away from truth, since there really is no such thing as like evil or anything. It's the experience of contracting. So we can not only do it again, but do it again better, because everything is continuous expansion. And I benefited so much emotionally from the last episode. It just allowed me, or I allowed myself, to get in the best state where I feel so energized. And all I did was give myself another opportunity to create such an aligned, beautiful, powerful state. So I choose that as my truth. For the circumstance.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And one of the things, like, I felt like, whoa, we were on fire. We were rolling, and it was so good, so expansive. And we're both like just like passionate and fiery and expanded. And my thought was like, oh my gosh, I felt so sad for myself for not being able to see this again and be in this vibration whenever I chose it. And then I'm like, well, wait, is that true? Well, no, we're speaking truth that is contained within all of us. And we can access that anytime we choose it, and we can access this vibration anytime we choose it. But I also felt sad for the people that are watching and listening, because it was really good. I mean,
wait till you hear our next one. It's even 100 times better. This is really cool. This is actually doing the work in real time.
Yeah.
This is it. You can learn concepts all day long. You can learn Bashar's phrase, what would I have to believe is true in order to feel this way? It takes actually executing it in the moment.
right.
And I'm kind of as juiced as I was before now, analyzing it and recognizing that we're able to do it, and maybe do it some more. Do you have any other feelings or thoughts that you can uncover within that?
So for me, it is that limited part, like the part that thinks, oh, I'll never get that back. You ever, lose something in a fire, for example, and you feel like I will never get that back.
Yes.
So there is that, like that lack and that sadness and that longing for something that is no longer accessible, or is it?
Yes.
So it's like that wanting, for me too, it's like, wanting what I can't have.
Yes.
But why can't I?
There's like subtle layers. We both had that same conclusion of like shortage consciousness as a core, but the expressions of it, there's like so many subtle expressions. And I feel like my expression or emotion was slightly different than yours, but at the core, it's that same idea of shortage consciousness. I like had this great thing and now it's gone and I'll never get it back because there's not enough of this good stuff to go around and it's limited and I'm limited, and it's so obvious right now. It's like so obvious. And this is my point of power to lock in abundance consciousness. There's tons of everything to go around. That was paradoxically another core theme in our discussion of that episode that we just lost is, and I totally just lost my train of thought.
Well, it does give us the opportunity to put our money where our mouth is and to actually, like you said, do the work. And we thought we would do that on camera, because why not?
Because why not?
But I want to bring up something hilarious.
Yes.
So we were watching the videos of us and our faces when we realized that we weren't stopping the recording, we were starting a new one. We both had this realization sink in, and our faces completely changed, and they're hilarious. We're like, what is happening? Like trying to make sense of it. Like at first, like, wait, this is not adding up in my head.
We both saw it at the same time. Yes. What? The 4-second clip?
And then we're leaning in like, what is happening?
That's beautiful. Beautiful.
So that gives me another opportunity to laugh and realize that nothing is lost. It's not. And everything gets to expand. So next time will be even better.
Absolutely.
It will be.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, that's all I have to say. How about you?
Well, since we lost it, I was talking about my beautiful bottle that I brought to today's show, which maybe we'll bring it back on a future episode. But
yes, for sure. And you have to wear that shirt.
Yes.
You don't have to, but it matches beautifully.
Why, thank you.
It's really, ooh, look at it spin. So you have to watch this on YouTube in case we post it.
That's right.
If we don't post it, then don't watch it.
This is all unedited. So even our decision about whether to post it or not, I say we post it.
Sure.
It can be like a little intermezzo or like a...
Ooh, yeah.
What's that like when there's a long play? What do you have? The break at the middle? What's that called?
Intermission?
Intermission. This is like an intermission episode.
This is a fluffing episode that will prepare you for our next episode.
Karen, I love that analogy. Total bros. Totally get it.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks for listening to our play-by-play afterward. This is life.
This is life. You look awesome.
See ya.
Peace.